What up, y'all? Demuir here, back again. Here to talk about the art of the remix, and a special shout out to my man Catal, Kirk, and all the people at Mile End Records. Very flattered to be asked to do this remix, and often my approach to remixes are I like to just listen to the song once, so I heard the original. And if I feel I can contribute or add something to it that would be a completely different interpretation, I will. So I think that's the first and foremost important point here, is just don't take a remix to take it. Take it because you can actually add some value artistically and put a different spin or interpretation to it. I really cannot stand hearing EPs or albums, for that matter, where it says there's a remix by so-and-so and it's basically the same fucking song. Like, it's not a true interpretation of the original. And I know some labels and even artists sometimes will say don't change it up too much. Then what's the fucking point? I mean, if I wanted to hear the same track the same time, or another cut of it but sounds very similar, I'll just play the same original track twice. You know what I mean? Like, it just makes absolutely no sense. So I tend to put emphasis on that piece where I can contribute, I'll accept and do the remix. And in this case, there's just a lot of space I felt I could hear creatively some things I'd be bringing to it. So next important piece is reviewing the remix package, and I often ask that people who create these remix packs make sure there's no EQ, no sort of effects on the shit and the different sounds, because it really starts to limit you as a remixer to be able to contribute something differently if you cannot manipulate the sonics with the different sounds presented. So first thing I typically do is I just go through each of the sounds in the remix pack. So here my boy Catal set this up lovely. I got a whole bunch of different sounds, not EQ'd or modified in any way, just raw, so I can vibe with it. So let's just skim through this quick. Kick, bass I skipped over, some claps, hi-hat action. I really like this. I know I use this sound. Didn't use that. Didn't use that. Didn't use that. Definitely use that. I thought it was dope. This too. I was uncertain about it at first, but I ended up liking it. Did not use this. Definitely use this. And the string part. So I got quite a few sounds out of the sample pack, and then as I said, the key thing is to know what you can contribute uniquely to the remix, so it's a completely different interpretation of the song. So for me, that was creating a unique bass line that people would hear and say, oh yeah, that's, you know, I've heard Demuir use something similar before, but it had to be groovy and shuffling for me. So I just turned on my mini brute, made some adjustments to the sound, and I got a really cool bass line. I just played along with some of the drum parts that came in the remix package, chopped it, and did some things differently to get my own unique groove and feel to it. So here's the bassline part. Yeah. So you can hear playing that bass there, and then there's a little bit of a change there to keep it interesting. And then I played the same notes but just a little differently. So this bass line is the signature of this remix, and it's the focal point of this remix overall. So after doing all of that, and again, for me it's about the swing and the shuffle because it is jacking, I made sure not to quantize that bass line at all. I think anything that sounds like closer to live instrumentation, provided it's in the groove, you can go away from being spot on from time to time, but provided that it's in the niche of the groove overall, it's what sounds interesting to the ear and you should leave it. I've had people say, oh, that's near off and your bass line, it's not perfectly on. Well, that's the point, motherfucker. It's jacking. It's supposed to swing. And if you don't like it, don't play the fucking record, man. Get something else to play. That's my sound. You know what I'm saying? So don't let anyone discourage you from doing things that you know are integral to your sound. So now I got all of the sounds in here and my bass line. I added some additional drum elements to it, and I won't get too much into detail because this isn't completely it's not out yet, but you'll know what to expect. So I'm just going to give a quick run of the song and you'll see how it all came together. Fast forward it. From the original remix pack. Chop the vocal. Now I'm bringing it to the Demuir element right here. There you have it, my Playboy edit of Cattell's I Show You. It'll be out on Mile End Records, courtesy of Kirk and the crew. Again, thank you for having me on the project and allowing me to share this tutorial with my peeps. So again, continue to come back, follow, subscribe, get at me either on Facebook, Twitter, or the YouTube channel preferably, to understand some more about these tutorials, and feel free. Any questions or comments are welcome. I'm Demuir once again. Peace, take care, be safe, be healthy, be well. Later.